Welcome back, grade 12 learners, to the second session on the presentation of cash budgets. I have received two questions. Actually, one was that I had omitted the 5% discount, but I'm sure I have addressed that one. So no problems there. The second one was that I must repeat the calculation of the amount for B. Remember, B, we wanted to calculate the purchase of stock for cash. Right. This is what I said. One, we have not been given total purchases not given, right? Now, what do we do when we have not been given total purchases? But we have been told that stock is replaced on a monthly basis. Now, what does that mean? It's in simple terms. It means that you buy and replace the stock that you sold that month. That is why I say if total purchases is not given, then your cost of sales becomes your total purchases. Why is that? Because every month we replace the stock that you sold. Cost of sales is actually the cost price of goods that you sold, which is your trading stock. The goods that you sold is the trading stock. Right. Total purchases is actually your trading stock. It's your total purchases of trading stock. Maybe I did not make that point. Right. And then we have been told here, remember we want to calculate cash purchases for May. We have been told that total sales for May is 80%. Total sales for May is equals to 80,000 rands. Now, we must use these sales to calculate cost of sales. And I said, they told us here that the business uses a markup of 60% on cost at all times. What does that mean? It means now whatever they buy, that will be your cost price at 100%. They are going to add gross profit. In this case, it is 60%. This will give them the selling price of 160%. This amount of 80,000 already includes the profit. It is the cost price plus the profit. Therefore, in order to get the cost of sales, you are going to say cost price is 100 over 160 multiplied by the amount of 80,000. And that will give you your cost of sales. That will give you your cost of sales. You say 100 divided by 160 multiplied by 80,000. It will give you 50,000. 100 over 160 multiplied by 80,000, it will give you 50. It will give you 50,000. It will give you 50,000. And then we are told here that 50% of all cash purchases are for cash. This is amount, this 50,000 is your remember we said cost of sales is equals to total purchases. Therefore, our total purchases is 50,000. Therefore, 50,000 multiplied by 50 over 100, that will give us 27,000. That will give us 27,000. So that is how the amount is calculated. I can see why that question was raised. What I've done in B here, I have taken the amount of April. I have actually taken the amount of April. Anyway, that will be how you are going to calculate the amount for cash purchases. Therefore, the correct amount is for May. The correct amount for May would be 50% of that will be 25,000. 50% of 50,000 will be 25,000. Therefore, the answer for May would be 25,000 and not 18,750. And that is how we came to the calculation. The 18,750 would be for April. The 8050 will be for April. So thank you for that. Now, let us go to question number C. I hope this calculation makes it clearer. Is that the first thing that you do? You calculate your cost of sales from your sales. Then that will give you total purchases. And then we are told that total purchases is cash purchases is 50% of total purchases. I hope that makes things much clearer to you. Right. And then we must calculate C. We must calculate C. C, they say, what is the payments to creditors for the month of June? How much are you going to pay to creditors for the month of June? Right. How much are you going to pay to creditors for the month of June? How are creditors paid? It brings us here. Creditors are paid in full the month after the purchase to receive a 2% discount. Creditors are paid in full the month after purchase to receive a 2% discount. Now it means if we buy something on credit this month, we'll pay it next month. Now, which means now that in June, whatever that was purchased on credit in May would be paid in June. Right. Now, we must make a calculation for C. Remember, in B, we have already calculated that total purchases for May was 50,000. We have already calculated here that the total purchases for May, these are for the month of May. We have already calculated that total purchases for May is 50,000. And then we know, then we have your total purchases of 50,000, right? And then we have been told that credit purchases is equals to 50% of total purchases. Therefore, we are going to say 50,000 50,000 rand over 1 multiply by 50 over 100. That will give us 25,000. But they said to us that this is subject to 2% discount. They said to us that we would receive 2% discount. Therefore, you subtract 2% discount, therefore you multiply by 98 over 100. Then you will have 25,000 multiply by 98 divided by 100 is equals to 24,000 is equals to 24,500. In B, we have calculated total purchases from our sales, our cost of sales. Then we know that we have been told that credit purchases is 50%. And then we subtracted the 2%, that gives us an amount of 24,500. I hope that is very clear. It's an easy calculation, that one, because we use the calculation, the amount that we have already calculated in B. Right.